Hello, friends. This is a recap of a movie White as Snow, a fairy tale for adults. The first part of the movie is about a girl named Claire. After the death of her father, the owner of a hotel business, Claire is left with her stepmother, who inherited the whole business. One morning, the girl goes for a run, where she falls into the hands of a kidnapper. The criminal pushes her into the trunk and takes off. Driving along a forest road, the kidnapper tries to avoid a wild boar that suddenly appeared on the road and crashes into a tree. Thanks to this, Claire manages to get out of the trunk. The girl runs through the woods, but at some point, not knowing where to run to next, Claire stops and is caught up by the kidnapper with a gun. She asks Claire to close her eyes, saying that everything will happen very quickly, after which a gunshot sounds. Claire wakes up in an unfamiliar house. A man enters the room with breakfast. According to Pierre, he was going to hunt wild boars in the woods, but instead shot a woman. He thinks that Claire probably did something wrong since no one would have just been going to end it. The girl offers to call the police, but Pierre doesn't want to go back to prison. After leaving the room, Pierre comes back with clothes to replace the ones Claire was wearing while she was passed out. Pierre undresses her and washes her clothes. After getting dressed, Claire looks around the house and meets another man, a cellist named Vincent. While listening to the music Vincent plays, she falls asleep but is roused by Francois, Pierre's twin brother. The only difference between them is that Francois has a severe stutter, unlike his brother. Pierre asks Claire to leave the house as those who were going to kill her are likely to be looking for her and sooner or later will get to the house. And Pierre has no desire to meet them. The girl tries to persuade Pierre to stay here. Otherwise, why did he save her if now he throws her out? Pierre himself realizes that this is illogical, but then yells at Claire, for which he gets from the girl. Pierre grabs her, but then lets her go. Upon returning, the guy kisses the girl, which Claire doesn't manage to resist at all. In the morning, Claire meets Vincent and his dog. The twins are at the sawmill, and the girl does not want to stay in the house alone, so she asks to go with the cellist to the vet. On the way back, Vincent suggests the girl to stop at a diner. Claire tells him that she used to play the violin as a child, but after the accident that killed her mom, she gave it up. When Vincent returns home, he gives her a violin, sincerely believing that she should not stop playing music. At that moment, Pierre appears. He is not happy that Claire has traveled with Vincent, because now, the whole town knows that the girl lives in their house, which means that the chances of her being found are only increasing. In the morning, looking out the window of her room, Claire sees Pierre chopping wood. As she approaches him, she notices his nervousness. Pierre approaches her and starts kissing the girl, after which they have sex. Late at night, lying in her bed, Claire hears the sound of the television. She comes down and sits on the couch next to Pierre, starting to stroke his leg with her foot. The boy then stammers and says that he is very thirsty, which makes Claire realize that it wasn't Pierre at all, but his twin brother, Francois. He realizes that he shouldn't have done it, but he just couldn't resist, which makes the girl smile. The next day, not wanting to sit on the neck of the twins, Claire gets a job at a local diner. The girl returns home and tries to call her stepmother, but as soon as she says her name, the other end hangs up. The second part of the movie takes us exactly 1 week back to a week before these events. Claire's stepmother, named Maud, watches from the window as her lover, named Bernard, helps pick up a towel that Claire has dropped. When the man comes up to the room, Maud suggests that they no longer need to hide their connection from others, since her husband is no longer alive. But they need to take a pause in their relationship, as their feelings have faded a bit, and lest things get worse. Bernard agrees, and when Maud goes out, he calls Claire and confesses his love to the girl. This is heard by Maud, lurking in the next room. The woman does not intend to put up with this, and arranges to eliminate Claire. Sometime later, the couple dines at a restaurant, where Bernard wonders where Claire has disappeared, because he has not seen her for several days. Maud calms him down, explaining that this is not the first time. The girl has disappeared for days before. At that moment, the woman's phone rings. It's Claire. Maud immediately disconnects the phone. In the diner, where Claire got a job, all the customers pay attention to the girl. A librarian named Charles, whom Claire met when she went to the vet with Vincent, brought his son Clayman to meet the girl. Sam, the veterinarian, keeps up with the others, giving Claire signs of attention. He invites the girl to go to a club in the evening where Claire begins to pester some type. Sam can't stand up for the girl, but Clayman does, knocking the molester out with one punch. He did it to impress you. On the way home, Claire says that she thought Sam was strong and he was vulnerable, but she likes it. Pulling over to the side of the road, the vet stops the car and asks her to repeat those words. Claire pronounces that she likes Sam, touches his arm, and then sits on top of him. The couple is watched by a crowd of squirrels. In the morning, Maud arrives in town. Noticing Claire, she enters the library where she meets Charles. He admires the woman's beauty and says that this is the second angel in their town this week, Maud and another young girl who has recently settled here. Charles advises Maud to look in the temple, where there are guest rooms where they can stay for a while. After meeting the pastor, Maud tells him about her stepdaughter, who has been missing for several days. Perhaps she might have settled in their town. Recognizing the name, the parson informs her that he knows the girl. Maud asks her not to say anything to anyone, otherwise Claire will run away again. According to the woman, the girl resents her because Maud did not pay enough attention to her after the death of Claire's father. The pastor offers to be a mediator and arrange a truce between the girl and her stepmother. In the morning on a jog, Claire joins Clayman. The guy is cute to the girl, and in general, it seems that there are no men in this town that she would not like. Clayman is very shy, but still the guy tries to hug the girl, but falls to the ground. After getting up, Clayman rushes to escape. Claire goes to the temple where she tells the pastor about her affair with several men. According to the pastor, it's all the local mountains that stir the blood. The pastor informs her that there is a man in the temple who longs for reconciliation and takes the girl to Maud. Seeing her stepmother, Claire throws herself into her arms. According to Maud, she managed to find the girl thanks to the fact that Claire called her, but the connection was suddenly cut off. Using the phone number, the boys managed to find out where the call was made from. After telling the boys the details of that day, Claire expresses a desire to stay in this city, where there are many new friends. Maud does not mind. She will also stay here for a few days and will try to persuade Claire to go back home. The girl has to go to work, and Maud offers to drive her to the town. On the way, Maud stops unexpectedly at the edge of a cliff, under the guise of having a flat tire. Stepmother asks Claire to see what's wrong with the tire. Sneaking up on the girl, Maud is about to throw her off the cliff. But at that moment, a pastor on a motorcycle comes up to them, recognizing that everything is in order. It's time to go on. As the plan is thwarted because of an unnecessary witness, Maud takes Claire to the town, suggesting that they meet on the next weekend. Unsuspecting, Claire agrees. In a diner, the girl is approached by Charles. According to him, his son Clyman closed from him, all sorts of snapping, and does not want to talk to him. Therefore, Charles asks Claire to come in and talk to the guy so that he stops behaving this way towards his father, and he will definitely listen to this because he likes the girl very much. After work, Claire visits Clayman and tells the guy that she loves him, after which she kisses him. In the library, the girl pronounces to Charles that everything is fine. Sunday comes, Claire together with her stepmother go on a picnic. Maud gives the girl an apple filled with poison. Only Claire is about to take a bite. Clayman does not appear on the field. The girl invites the guy to join them and holds out the apple to him. Maud grabs the fruit, saying that she does not know the guy at all. Clayman apologizes and leaves, and Claire, putting down the apple, goes after the guy, with whom she later has intercourse in the woods in the rain. As night falls, Maud arrives in the town where a dance is in full swing. Watching Claire dancing with one and another, the stepmother orders 2 glasses of wine, to one of which she adds the potion again. But even here she has a setback. In her way stands Clyman, who accidentally knocks one of the glasses out of Maud's hands. Clayman tells the girl that he did it on purpose. Stepmother Claire, with a kind of cold look, realizes that this plan did not fly. So Maud brings her stepdaughter a drink and then starts jerking her around to make Claire sick, after which she puts the girl in the car under the guise that she's going to drive her home. Driving down a winding mountain road, Maud confesses that she has only been in love once in her life, but that love too was stolen from her by Claire. Afterward, she opens the doors and pushes the girl out of the car. Stopping, Maud walks to the edge of the cliff and, after making sure that the carcass of her stepdaughter does not move, drives off. The stepmother stops by the temple to place a candle. but accidentally sets herself on fire. Claire manages to survive. She lies in a hospital bed. 7 men who love her stand next to her. Each in turn approaches the girl and kisses her. After which Claire comes to her senses. This is the end of the movie.